When I use handcuffs, I do it primarily for sexy time. Yak so much. Today we talk about cuffs that come from my part of the world. I am speaking, of course, about Kazakhstan. We're famous for potassium, and we border by Russia. This Russian cuff, as you can see, it's very ugly. This cuff come from behind the Iron Curtain, where it should have stayed. Even key doesn't make sense. You put key in the keyhole and turn it, and it swing through. This design they steal from Americans. In Kazakhstan, we have different way of dealing with criminals. This is better than handcuffs, because when we use it to smash hands, they never steal again. Look at Czechoslovakian handcuff. It has words R-I-L-K in letters and numbers, and it even says Czechoslovakia. So in case they lose it, they can find it again. It take teeny key, and it go in like that. Notice teeth. Teeth look just like my mother's, non-existent. These teeth were modeled after Kazakhstani women over age of 40, worn down to nubs. That's from hearty diet of grains. When the women from my village smile, it look like jack-o'-lantern. I purchased these cuffs on internet. I send them 4 pounds of hair. Czechoslovakian cuff only have one middle center link, similar to this one. However, this one has long body. Czechoslovakia, short body. This one, from other country that try to be like Kazakhstan, Romania. Romania famous for being filled with vampires. And these ones I get in exchange for my grandmother. She was widow, needed some sexy time, so did he. Let's look at difference between Czechoslovakian cuff and Russian cuff. Russian cuff much bigger than Czechoslovakian cuff. As you can see, Russian cuffs try to compensate. That is why King Putin always ride horse shirtless. In case you are not familiar with geography, Russia on this side, Kazakhstan in middle, Czechoslovakia over that way. These cuffs have similar things in common. Number one, they're crudely made. They both color black. They're both made by prison labor. They look very industrial and sad. Similar to weather is always sad. And here we have another cuff from that part of the world. But instead of teeth, this one have holes. There's a little wheel inside. And little spikes on wheel go into little holes. And that provides security locking mechanism. Problem with Russian cuff and Czechoslovakian cuff, they constantly steal idea. In USA, they have swing-through cuffs, so they have to get swing-through cuffs. USA use cuffs made of steel, they have to use cuffs made of steel. USA cuffs come with keys. These cuffs must also come with keys. They cannot do anything original. As we all learned in school, Czechoslovakia is nowhere near good as Kazakhstan. They do not export potassium. They do not have beautiful women. Neither do we. Notice strange shape here. Notice stranger shape here. Notice Romanian cuff. And when wearing cuffs, it's very difficult to make high five or have sexy time. Please to notice also that cuffs both have little swivel in keyway. That is to ensure that enemies of state cannot escape. I hope you enjoy a little trip to my section of world where we look at handcuffs. Well, that was weird. Basically, the cuffs from behind the Iron Curtain, or what used to be behind the Iron Curtain, all have that rough and industrial look to them. I'm going to show you some close-ups of them in just a little bit. But first, a special announcement. If you look at the bottom of your screen, what is that? Why, that is where you can buy official Arioch merchandise. Check this out. We got t-shirts now, and there's one special off-the-cuff t-shirt coming. It's in the works, but right now we got this one and this one. Also, mini posters. We got stickers, we got magnets, a little bit of everything. So just click on the link or copy and paste, whatever the hell you do, and check out my store. I think you'll enjoy some of the stuff that we have. Now, as you probably have realized, there's a lot of similarities between cuffs from that part of the world and the ones here in the States and in England. Basically, you know, the swing through style, that design seems to be the one that they're going to stick with. Just like before, the Derby cuff was the handcuff design that different manufacturers used as the template. Swing through is the way to go. It's just the way that the restraint has evolved over the years. Oh God, did that stink. Unfortunately, a lot of cuffs from that part of the world aren't marked whatsoever. So to determine the country of origin, we have to look for examples that we know for a fact that come from that particular location. Since the different types of cuffs were, you know, copied over and over again with just slight alterations, it's very difficult to determine the country of origin unless it's stamped like the Czechoslovakian ones. Well, I hope you all are staying safe out there, and be sure to tune in to next week's Off the Cuff. I don't know how I'm going to top this one, though. Wah 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 wah.